Hi class, good day. So for today's video, we're going to tackle about radicals with variables, right? So kung naalala nyo, sa previous lesson natin, we have discussed about simplifying radicals. Pero doon, wala tayong mga variables. Okay? So ngayon, mga variables naman tayo, right? So, by the way, if you noticed, we are not using PowerPoint presentation for today. So that is why sinulat ko na here yung mga sagot. Kasi mas mabilis or para hindi ako madidili kasi yung laptop ko kapag naka-full screen na, mas mahirap na siya mag-type sa iPad. Right? Before that, if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, kindly click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified on our next lesson. So, balikan muna natin. We have here cube root of x raised to the fifth power. So, ang tawag natin sa 3 na ito, this is our index. So, kapag nakita niyo here is 4. Kapag 4 yung nakita niyo dito, ibig sabihin yung index natin is 4. Kapag 5 naman, ibig sabihin yung index natin is 5 or fifth root. At kapag wala tayong nakita rito, like this one, ibig sabihin yung index niya is 2 or square root, right? And this one is the radical sign, okay? Ito na sa loob, ito naman yung tinatawag natin na radical, right? So, sa simplifying radicals with variables, all we have to do is yung exponent ng ating radical is i-divide natin doon sa ating index. Right? So, gaya nito, we have here 5. So, i-divide natin siya sa ating index of 5 divided by 3. So, ganun dapat. Okay? So, again, dito sa variables, yung exponent natin is i-divide natin sa ating index. So, we have here number 1, x raised, square root of x raised to the 6th power. So, our index is 2. Then, sinabi ko, kapag wala tayong nakikita number dito, ibig sabihin that is a square root. And that means na yung index natin is 2. So, since we have here 6 as exponent, so i-divide natin yung 6 dito sa 2. So, ang mangyayari, 6 divided by 2, that is 3, right? So, let's see. Ayan. So, that is the final answer. Okay? So, x, we have here 2 as 6. I-divide natin sa index na 2. So, we have x raised to the 3rd power. Right? So, another example we have, there's square root of x raised to the 4th power and y raised to the 8th power. So, 4 divided by 2, we have x squared, and y divided by 2, we have y raised to the 4th power. Right? So, that is the final answer. Another, we have square root of x raised to the 5th power, y raised to the 4th power, and z raised to the 10th power. So, kaya na sabi ko, the exponent natin is i-divide natin sa index. So, we have here 5, and at ang ating index ay 2. So, 5 divided by 2, ibig sabihin, we have 2, pero meron tayong remainder. Alright? So, remainder 1, because exponent of x is 5, i-divide natin siya sa index na 2, so it has remainder 1. So, ang mangyayari, ilalabas natin yung 2, or yung 5 divided by 2, so ibig sabihin, sa x fifth, or x raised to the 5th power, i-divide natin siya sa 2, meron siyang 2, right? So, x raised to the 2 powers, pero meron siyang remainder. So, yung remainder, ititira natin siya sa loob ng radical sign natin. So, ganito na yung mangyayari. Ayan. So, we have here x raised to the 5th power. I-divide natin sa index na 2. So, that is x squared. Ito yun. So, since mayroon tayong remainder 1, kasi nga 5 siya, so, diba, 2 times 2, that is 4. So, meron siya remainder 1. So, yung remainder 1 niya is matitira sa loob ng radical sign. Right? Then we also have here y raised to the 4th power and 2 divided by 2, that is 2. So, kaya meron tayong y raised to the 2 power or y squared here. And since 4 siya, divisible siya ng 2, so wala tayong remainder. So, walang y dito sa loob ng ating radical sign. Another is x raised to the 10th power. Divide natin siya sa index here na 2. So, ang mangyayari, 10 divided by 2, and that is 5, or z raised to the 5th power. At wala siyang remainder, so wala din siyang matitira dito. So therefore, our final answer for square root of x raised to the 5th power, y to the 4th power, and z raised to the 10th power is x squared, y squared, z squared, square root of x. Alright? So we have here another example, square root of x raised to the 11th power times y raised to the 13th power and z raised to the 17th power. So, ganun agad yung gagawin natin. Yung exponent natin here, which is 11, i-divide natin sa index natin na 2. Right? So, we have here 11 divided by 2, so that is 5, and therefore we have remainder 1. So, meron tayong matitirang x sa loob ng ating radical sign. We also have here, okay, so we also have here y raised to the 13th power, and 13 divided by 2, that is 6. Pero meron siyang remainder na 1, right? So, mayroong matitirang y sa loob ng radical sign. Last one is z17. 17 divided by 2, that is 8. So, we still have remainder 1. So, therefore, our final answer is, yan, x 5th, y 6th, z 8th, square root of x, y, z. Pare-parehas lang may remainder 1. Okay? Kasi 11 divided by 2, that is 5. And we have, that is 5. And we have remainder 1, or x. Okay? And 13 divided by 2, that is 6. Diba? 6 times 2 is 12. So, meron pa rin siya natitirang 1. So, we have remainder 1, kaya mayroon y dito sa loob ng ating radical sign. Another one is we have 17 divided by 2, so that is 8. So, again, 8 times 2 is 16, so mayroon siya remainder 1, kasi 17 to, may natitirang 1 here. So, that is the final answer sa pag-simplify ng variables na ito. Right? Or radicals with variables, just like this one. Okay? Another or last example, we have cube root of x raised to the 5th power, y raised to the 10th power, and z raised to the 12th power. So, our index here is 3. Right? Kung wala din nakikita, that is 2. Pero kapag meron na, that is just like this one, so 3 na siya. Kung 5 naman, ibig sabihin 5 yung index natin. So, x raised to the 5th power, so i-divide natin siya sa index na 2. So, 5 divided by 3, I'm sorry, our index is 3. So, 5 divided by 3, so that is 1. Pero yung remainder natin is 2. So, ibig sabihin, yung natitira sa loob ng ating radical sign is na exponent is 2 because that is our remainder. Another one is 10 divided by 3. So we have 3, and that means we have remainder 1. And 12 divided by 3, that is 4, pero wala na tayong remainder. So therefore, cube root of x raised to the 5th power. So 5 divided by 3, so we have 5 divided by 3, that is 1. So, kaya, wala tayong nakikita exponent here because that is understood na mayroon siyang 1 dito. Alright? So, pwede nyo lagyan ng 1, pwede na rin hindi. Okay? So, and we have remainder 2. So, kaya na natitira dito sa loob is 2. Okay? So, again, 5 divided by 3 is 1. Kaya may x raised to 1 power tayo dito sa labas. And remainder natin is 2, kaya may x raised to the 2 power tayo dito sa loob ng ating radical side. Another one is y 10 or 10 divided by 3. So 10 divided by 3, that is 3. Okay? And we have remainder 1 because 3 times 2 is 9. So meron siya remainder 1. So kaya may natitira tayong y dito sa loob with exponent 1. Okay? So again, pwede na natin hindi sulat yung 1 kay na exponent because that is understood na 1 yung exponent natin. Okay? The last one is Z12 divided by 3. And 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay, so that is why wala na tayong remainder o wala nang Z na natitira dito sa loob because 12 is divisible by 3. And that is 4. So wala nang remainder. So therefore, final answer sa pag-simplify ng radical na ito is x times y cubed times z raised to the 4th power square root of z squared times y. Right? So again, to sum it up, sa pag-simplify ng radicals with variables, all we have to do is to divide natin yung exponent doon sa ating radicand, divide natin siya doon sa ating index. Right? At kapag mayroon siyang remainder, so ititira natin yung remainder sa loob ng radical sign. Right? So, that's all for today, class. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified on our next lesson. Thank you!